Good morning, church family. Today is Thursday, December 7th, and this is our weekly update. Our verse of the month comes from Philippians 4, 8, and 9, and it reminds us, it says, "Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you." These verses teach us that we can know the peace of God. Instead of worry, anxiety, fear, depression, the things that just come into our mind that we dwell on those, this verse tells us that rather than thinking on the things that show up in our minds, that we are to choose what we're going to think about. And as we do that, we can know the peace of God. And so I encourage you to be working to memorize this verse, but even more than just working to memorize it, that you would be applying it, that you would be choosing the things that you think about to be able to be filled with God's peace. Well, coming up this week, we have several birthdays. On the 8th is Ed Brashears. On the 10th is Angelica Aronas and Joan Shorts. On the 11th is Brooklyn Brandeberries. On the 12th is Warren Allens and Valerie Brandeberries and Crystal Records. And then the 13th is Isaac Rachevsky. So happy birthday to all of you. Coming up on Sunday morning, after the morning service, we'll have a praise and pitch-in time with the church family. We're doing this with Trinity, and so the guys at Trinity will be with us. And so we want to encourage you to plan to participate, plan to bring plenty of food, and it'll just be a delightful time to connect with the church family, to meet some of the Trinity guys. It's a good way for us to serve them and just to be able to be a joyful time together. Coming up also, we have 2 shifts left to fill for the bell ringing at the Kroger coming up. The shifts are from 4 to 6 and then 6 to 8. There's a sign up in the weekly update coming up and then also posted in the bulletin board in the connection point. And if you'd like to learn sign language to greet and to make our deaf members feel more welcome, we would love to get you some basic training. And Amy Phillips is willing to do that for us. And so if you would like to do that, if you could let the church office know and we can let her know and we can get some training arranged. Also, I want to encourage you to be considering how you can participate in our special projects campaign. As we think about the special projects, we have a whole bunch of projects we want to get done, but we're seeking to raise about $30,000 by the end of this year so that we can get started on those projects in the new year. We have envelopes that look like this. They'll be in the bulletin this week. They're in the pews. You can give online at eastsidebc.com/give. And we would love the whole church family to be participating in this, because if everybody participates, we can easily hit this goal. And one of the things we're seeking to do as well, to keep our outward focus while we're seeking to raise some money for some internal projects, that we're going to give away 10% of the money that we raise to Trinity and to the Women's Resource Center. So I would encourage you to please consider how you can be a cheerful, willing, and generous giver towards the Special Projects campaign. Well, every week we highlight a resource, and this week I just want to highlight the Ministry of Biblical Counseling that we have here at the church, that we want to be able to give people help and hope for a brighter day. Oftentimes we hear in counseling, people say to us, if we've been going through counseling with them, they'll say, "We should have done this a long time ago." Because it's easy to just think, well, we'll fix the problem or it'll get better, but over time it doesn't. And we want to encourage you to be willing to get help. To give us a call, you can look online at eastsidebc.com/counseling. There's some information there about it. Chat with one of your pastors. We would love to be able to get you connected. So biblical counseling at Eastside, opportunity for you to be able to get some help and hope. Well, coming up this Sunday, we're going to be focusing on Romans chapter 3, and our verse of the day fits with the sermon. The verse of the day is from Romans 3, 19 and 20, and it says this: "Now, we know that whatever the law says, it speaks to those who are under the law, so that every mouth may be stopped, and the whole world may be held accountable to God. For by the works of the law, no human being will be justified in his sight, since through the law comes the knowledge of sin." These verses remind us that we need Christmas. You see, we don't have to look very far to see that the world is a mess. We see crime, division, hostility, anger, anxiety, fear. We seem to see them everywhere. And when we take an honest look in the mirror, we recognize that we too need help. And so Sunday morning, we're going to be studying Romans 3, 9 to 20 to understand that we truly do need Christmas, and that Christmas is a season of hope in a dark and hurting world. And it's a season of hope and light and joy. And church family, I pray that you'll be taking your thoughts captive, choosing to think on things that are true and right and honorable. And as we do that, that we will know the peace of God that the Prince of Peace brought into our world 2,000 years ago. So, church family, I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Trust you'll have a great rest of the week. May God bless you.